Skip knows the best fishing and crabbing places.
I woke up to this beautiful scene this morning. It is absolutely so still. Mist on the water, bird activity, the fish are jumping.
Come ashore Dream Island now to explore what appears to be a fishing village. Fishing village or fishing club, it looks more like. Plenty of crab pots there, all the different fishermen. You get good sand crabs and mud crabs around here. Seen some dingo tracks. They'd probably come around sniffing around for scraps. In fact, this fishing place would be great if only I could find somewhere to get a drink.
Rare albino dolphins are spotted swimming up the channel. Lewis checks the crab pots.
We're here on Fraser Island and we're just slowly going up this beautiful mangrove creek. If you listen carefully you can hear the sounds of a myriad birds all singing beautifully in the trees. Of our haul, this grizzly old boar would be the king. He's got a few wounds, you can see the missing pincers. This is the safest way to hold them, from behind. You get them behind their swimmers and their pincers can't get you around the back. We're planning to leave tomorrow and coming out here. The boat we're on, Gulliver 2, needs at least 6 foot to clear, so we've got to sound the depth. Throw this out. We need about a fathom, but that'll be pushing it. So pull in the slack, and you're bouncing on the bottom. That's about a fathom and a half.
Moving to White Cliffs further up the channel, the crew go exploring in the inflatable. A number of old shipwrecks are found washed up in the mangroves, not too far from a disused logging camp. These vessels would have been used to transport the timber cut on Fraser Island.
Last night we had a good night's crabbing and we managed to catch some beauties. Good 5 minutes, it's time to check them, and whoa. There's one, the smaller fellow who grabbed me last night. Not looking so lively now, are we? Best to clean them on deck because it's a mucky business, so just give them a bit of a wash. Of course, the first thing we had to do when we caught them was check that they were male. This one is, as you can see by its triangular shape here. The females have a far more bell shape and they have to be thrown back. Right, so first start with using one of its legs, just prise that up there, and you can flip the back off. Right, so here in this wonderful setting, I don't think of many better places to sit on deck cleaning crabs. Now this yellow stuff in the middle, apparently it's very sweet, and they like it in Asia. What we're trying to get is this bit of meat here at the back. That's the best bit. You can then just pull it out and eat it. You have to eat it cold because it gives you very bad diarrhea if you eat them hot, especially if you're not used to it. You clean out all this. There's of course meat in the claws. You get a good meal off a crab like this. Oh yes.
Again, sailing further up the passage, the crew noticed a disused wharf.
We've discovered this dilapidated old wharf, and we believe it was used during the Second World War for the training of Allied commandos. There's a training camp further back in the bush, which we're now going to go and visit. The Fraser Island Commando School was set up in late 1943 and continued training troops until the end of the war in August 1945. During that time, 909 soldiers passed through here and 81 missions were undertaken, many of which were behind Japanese lines. They were trained as part of the Z Special Unit, which was set up in the middle of 1942. The training camp consisted of many different buildings, there would have been gymnasium, a cinema, a hospital with 10 beds. The training would have been extremely hard and very rigorous. It's hard for me to imagine what it must have been like 62 years ago. The atmosphere of this place, the men, young men my age and younger, training to kill, the laughter, the excitement, the adrenaline. Underlying all this, no doubt there would have been a fear in knowing what they were letting themselves in for.
Leaving Fraser Island, Gulliver set sail for Gladstone.
Set the bedsail and the staysail, goose wing. I think the skip's done it before, but I haven't. There it is. We were sailing along, we had the sails goose winged and we caught a fish. So that created a few other problems. Pulling the main in to slow the boat down and the mounting point for the blocks broke. So then we lost the boom, which has spun around and hit the stay wires. And so we organised, sorted that out and proceeded to drop the sails so we could pull the fish in. A beautiful fish at that. Some people would think that a few little dramas like that were drama, but it becomes an everyday thing aboard a boat. Make some fish head soup. A few secret herbs and spices, no curry. And it's going to be beautiful.
We're here in Gladstone, just about to leave. We're filled up with water and we'll be heading north to Great Keppel. We'll be travelling north through the Narrows from Gladstone. Skipper's never done this before, so it's going to be a good experience for all of us. As you can see, it gets pretty shallow as we move north. So we don't want to run aground, otherwise we might be here for a while, waiting for the tides to be right again. Many ships have run aground and have been stuck there for a while and up back out into the ocean. Into Great
Lewis
Keppel.
decides to leave Gulliver at Keppel Island after having spent 30 days on board. After his send-off party, Lewis insists on being filmed so he could show the folks back home the yacht and his cabin. Little did he know what was in store for him.
Tour of Gulliver 2. Here we are in the wheelhouse. This is my cabin on the right here. 2 bunks. I've been sleeping in the bottom one. And oh my god! Well, I appear to have a friend for tonight. Keep me warm. Well, this is my my new friend for tonight. Our last time on Gulliver 2 has come to an end. Now I shall be leaving the boat.
See ya!
I'll be coming ashore on Great Keppel Island, whereas the boat and the rest of the crew will be heading north to the Whitsundays. Remember where